Good day, everybody. Brian here for quantlabs.net. In this video, I am going to show you a strategy that's been generated, or sorry, a script for TradingView generated for by an AI. I showed it earlier this week, but I took away all the content, so there's no way you can replicate this. So, anyways, I'm going to show you 4 scenarios on which this works pretty good of the most recent data, how it works pretty good. These are the scenarios we're going to look for: 2 stock, 1 crypto, Bitcoin, DAX, and index, and 1 forex pair. All right, so over here, why don't we just take a look at Microsoft? What the hey, right? So basically what this does is this is a strategy, in this case called My Demo, and you can play around with the different parameters. So in my case, this is the one that's really profitable, 4 hour. And you can see it's here at 425. And here's the latest chart from roughly here 220 to the latest at 307. And we want a monthly view right here. And let me just pull up the 5-day. So you can see here it's $17 would generate a profit. This is the key right here, these factors right here. So if we left it 5 minutes data and left this running, this script, would have done 23 trades, 60% win rate. And this is the important one, is the profit factor. So basically what that is that the amount of money the strategy made for every unit lost, every unit of money it lost. Gross profits divided by gross losses. So 1.7 is pretty positive. Max drawdown well within a tolerance, and average trade at 76 cents. Sum of money gained or lost by the average trade. Net profit divided by the overall number of closed trades. So here we can get a better idea of the metrics here. So let me just pull this in here. So in here we've got all the standard metrics that you probably look for in a back test. Here's a list of trades. So these would have been on automatically. Now remember, this is on TradingView, so you can do live trading, and you could do an entry, exit. Here's the profit, and if we let it run for a while on this particular one, we made about $20, which is about just under a 10% return. That would have started back here, I guess, in April of the 25th, because that's over the last 5 days. So yeah, you would have done all right. And that's going all the way back to here, January 19. So if you left that running, that's what you would have made, about just under roughly 10%. And that's Microsoft. Okay, so again, up here, this is what changes things. So if you go from 5-minute chart to a 4-hour chart, you can see here the trading's less. The percent of wins is much higher, 77%. Profit factor is much higher as well. The profit, you probably would make more money because of less commission, obviously. So there's different parameters you can play with along the parameters here, and the chart as well, how far back you want to go. And this would give you total trades. So again, a lot of these would probably be around uh, oh this goes back to the 2019, let's say last month. So in this case, we would have lost money if we stuck with that. So you can see the exact time frame you'd want, what your potential. Now remember, this is historical. So obviously moving forward is never guaranteed you'll make this. But if you're going to play out with momentum, you have a much higher chance of making money knowing this information over the last month or a couple of months, whatever parameter you choose up here. And I wouldn't go actually so when you have 30 minutes, but with a 4 hour, see it goes up again. You're gonna make 425, 77% win ratio. So this matters here, the time frame. So again, you have more to work with there. So it's good to know. Also, let me show you while we're here, I'll show you Apple. Now I'm showing you the big tech. These are the only top performers out there right now in the world of stock market, just because of the markets are outside of the big tech are probably really negative or struggling to make money from what I'm seeing. If you take 25 stocks, maybe 5 of them, and then these are considered the top performers of 25 top performing stocks. It's so weak, only 5 may profit, right? But playing around with this thing, it makes life a lot easier. So if I showed you Apple as another example, and I have the parameters here, 30-minute, I set right here, 30-minute, and I've got 1 month. You can see the performance right here, 471, 56% win ratio, factor not so strong, 1.3. And the list of trades, yeah, some of them would have been in April, March, so on. So if that's what you wanted to hold and let this strat run, or the bot, as the youngins say, and there's that. So those are the two probably best performing stocks out there that most people will know. The next one we'll look at is Bitcoin. This is quite surprising because the difference that you can make on the exchange is staggering. So if you use Bitstamp here, um, we've got 5-minute data, or 5-minute time frame. This is optimal. This is the most you'll get over a 5-day overview. You can see here it's at 3%. That's not bad. You'd probably be better off with this. Let me just pull up out of curiosity the S&P 500. So if I go to Market Watch and look up S&P, here's the performance of S&P that you would typically use as a benchmark. Here you can see 5-day 0.87. So here with what I just showed you is 3%, almost 3 times. 1 month at 1.46. There's not a lot of growth in the S&P 500 right now. So that's the thing you got to remember. That's your standard benchmark. But here, if you're getting 3% return in a 5-day period, 74% win ratio only with 7 trades, you're doing pretty good. And again, let me just pull up the list of trades. So yeah, some of these are fairly recent. As you can see here, quite a number of them are throughout March and April. So you can just let this thing sit as is with this strategy, maybe with this time frame, I don't know, and you can make some money. That's pretty good. And the performance and overview there is 3.008%. So in here, I just want you to know that you can set your inputs on your parameters. This is for the RSI and length on the look back, properties, style, and so forth. Here you could set, I've set $100,000 as starting capital. So that's pretty good. Now compare that to the stocks. That's in line with, not great performance, but it's positive. And once you see that there is profit potential here, that, as I said, that you use this momentum moving forward. Okay, and that's on a 5 time frame. So if you do them 1 month, you'll get 18%, 58% win ratio. profit factor at 2 on the 5 day, 2.5. So that might mean that it's strengthening, supposedly. But you get the idea. So if you look at the 1 month, you get 18%. 3 month, you would have gotten 24%. It's the number one asset. And if you let this thing run as is, you probably would have realistically achieved that. So that's really good. And again, this is fully automated because you're gonna have your trading account set up with TradingView hooked into your broker or exchange. So in this case, here they are. You connect it here. So if you're going with Bitstamp, that's who you go with because I want to show you something that's quite startling. There's Binance and not Genesis. I can't remember. I never remember the name. Gemini. Okay. So that's the other one that I can go with being in Canada for crypto. All right. So I want to show you just the difference. So if, let's say if you switch your broker, I don't know, let's say Binance. Same thing I just showed you. We're going from Bitstamp now to Binance. You can see the difference here is that it's not as good as it was on the 5 day. It's not as strong on the 5 minute, only not even 1% more trades. So the exchange matters. And again, you can test this as is with this strategy, knowing which exchange will give you the best profit. And from what I'm seeing so far, Bitstamp is the number one. Really, the only options you have with TradingView for crypto live trading is Bitstamp, Binance, and the other one, just Gemini. So those are the only ones. So if you have available to go with Bitstamp, maybe that's the one that will give you the most profit. I don't know why that is, but that's what I'm seeing with based upon playing with these parameters and seeing the results on that back test. And again, there's no programming here. It's just purely pushing buttons. So that's a pretty good return if you have the availability to go onto Bitstamp. Um, so let me pull up my next set of examples here. So right now I'm gonna load up an ETF, but a fund might be a better way to explain it. This is the DAX, the German uh, index. So if I pull up the DAX, um, you'll see my parameters are 4 hour. Now again, I've been playing around with this that I know exactly what will make you money. So it's a 4 hour uh, with a 1 day. Okay. This has been moving pretty good, as you can see here. 12 trades, you'd be up 1/3%. 75% win ratio, 1.67 factor. That's pretty strong. And list of trades here. So these are fairly recent. You can see here, and if you let this thing run, the momentum may get stronger moving forward. Looking at those performance metrics here, and with a 75% win ratio. So if you have, let's say, DAX continues to perform and outperform, I showed that in one of my TradingView streams, you would do very well with this, and the timing may be good because look at the profit is still sustainable. It may drift off, I can't say, but compared to the US, this is one of the stronger ones for a market. Okay, so there's that. Let me pull up one forex pair. So we're looking at the euro Japanese yen. So with the Wanda, um, you can see here it's up 11 trades, 81% win ratio, strong profit factor 4.4, with little drawdown. And again, if I look at the recent trades here, again, these are fairly recent and these are almost every day. So I'm not sure if you can add leverage to this broker and say if it's Oanda. Now, remember the difference between Excuse me, the difference between crypto, Bitcoin, namely, and the different profit levels you get with the different exchanges, you don't see that with forex. Like with forex, it's fairly consistent no matter who you're with. So if I change this now to euro Japanese and move it to fxcm, let's say, same parameters, 1 month, was it 1 minute and 1 day? Pretty well, everything keeps in line, um, which is similar. There were 11 trades. So with the forex, it's very consistent across the brokers, but not with crypto. So that's pretty well it. Once you find your parameters, you're good to go. Obviously, there's a lot that will be negative and different combinations will be negative. But once you find the consistent ones, you probably have a very good chance of making money. With what I do with my one of my memberships, I provide all that for you, the best that I can give you as a guidance that will show profit potential, and then you can play with the different parameters between your chart view and your chart view and the strategy tester for your back test. So that's pretty good. So what am I doing here? This is a script that has been generated by, as I said, AI. Let me explain something about the policies of TradingView. If I was to put up any script for that's free for public use, they're very strict on what's approved. So in my mind, I'm not going to basically waste my time trying to get a script posted um, to be approved by the group that manages the pine coders, and then they keep rejecting those strategies or scripts. I'd rather just focus on either private or invite only. So this one will be invite only. So if you want to take a chance on it, I'm going to put this up for 70 bucks, I believe. That will cover my membership going from premium, sorry, from pro to premium, which enables me to expand this. And if anyone out there wants to take a chance on this for 70 bucks, I'll get you access to this. And that's a one-time fee for ever, pretty well, for this strategy. If you want to do it, by all means, do it right away. Once you see this video, my next price increase will probably be up to 100 bucks, and then from there beyond. Now, if you want to get access to the timing and everything, you can do that through my Quant Lab shop. I have a membership here that if you want to do and you're willing to do the lifetime, meaning it's a one-time payment for as long as either of us live. And what happened here? Oh, I get this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so in here, if you look for this one, Quant Lead, as it said here, that's the lifetime one fee, and that's for life. Okay, so you can do that as well if you want to do that. That'll give you the timing and the best set of articles like along here. These are the scans that I do. Because they're so negative, all these are not very positive. Um, but and if they are, they're temporary. So we do that, but the markets are a little tough. But you know, I do try to look for good ones. These are the best ones I've found for current day for stocks, crypto, namely obviously Bitcoin and the forex as well. Euro, Japanese yen is the best one that I could find. So it's one of the big six forex pairs. So there is the potential, and again, you got to know those uh, parameters, as I said, with the. Let me just show you here. So right there, these are your parameters you're going to work with. So if you're not interested in any of this stuff but want to learn more, what I would do is, yeah, I would go over to my Quant Labs banking, and that will enable you to learn about how to protect your wealth through crypto by creating your own quote unquote private bank. All right, so we'll leave that. And thanks for watching. And remember, if you want this, I'll put the temporary order link, or actually just get in touch with me, tweet me, whatever, if you want this. We'll set it up. I'll either invoice you or set up a link on the Shopify, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.